I like that one. Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? It is Monday, and I'm standing up because it's Monday and I want to be awake. I'm just waiting for everybody to get their coffee going. Let's see who is the first to join. I think everybody had a Monday, a weekend like mine. All right, there we go. Here we go. I can tell everybody slept in this Monday. What's this one? Oh. Well, you know, it's pretty cool. I mean, in all. Morning. How are you doing, PJ? Thank you for joining this morning on Monday when everybody's still, I think, still asleep from the weekend. Don't do that to me. Well, let's hope it doesn't. Looks like, yeah. PJ's, looks like I'm, all right, stand by. I may have to do a quick restart because TikTok's doing the same thing it's done to me before, and that's the only way to fix it. So, yeah, stand by a second. Stinking. Of course, YouTube seems to be just fine, but my TikTok, It's Monday. You know, when you, good morning, everybody. Hey, Luke, how you doing? Abel, good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. I think I'm going to have to put myself a note on my computer because it's doing the same thing it did to me last week. As soon as I started the live, it starts acting like it doesn't know what to do. Luckily, I'm streaming YouTube. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Here, I'll kind of... there's some more over there, and people continue to send me signs, and I get signs as a gift. All right, let's hopefully. Yeah. Hey, Jessica, good morning. How you doing this morning? I hope everybody had a good weekend. You know, it seems like at Christmas time, it's just, you know, we work all week and then it's just crazy. All right, I think, let's see if that, hopefully that fixed. Luckily, only one person had joined on TikTok so far. There we go. Denali, good morning. Sorry, we were having a little technical issues with TikTok this morning. But in the meantime, my peeps over here on YouTube join. So like I said, it's, hopefully everybody's got coffee and is awake. It's about 40 degrees today. But over the weekend, I mean, it's just busy. You're trying to do your Christmas shopping, and I mean, there's no rest for the weary in the month of December. You know, it's really funny because some of the times in my lifetime where I have been, where I've gotten sick, was always in the month of December. Laura 2312 joined over here on TikTok. Thank you for joining. Let me know if this is your first time here. Let me know where you're from. Give me a weather update. It's about 40 degrees here. PA over here. Luke's from PA. It's 29 degrees. Whew, that's cold. Do you believe in the power of zinc? I do. I do take zinc in the winter months, especially. So I do take vitamins and, you know, a couple of prescribed medications. But, yeah, I try to stay healthy for sure. You know, it's funny because when I was a kid, I never understood why my mother always took vitamins. And now I know, you know, as I've aged, I see that they can definitely help. As an example, you know, if you have a hard time sleeping, do you realize that like 50% of the population of the United States has a magnesium deficiency? Colbart 72, thank you for joining this morning. Wisconsin, -3 degrees in Wisconsin. That's crazy. Denali, what's the temp there? Laura, good morning. Lee Riley, good morning. Terry Dixon, good morning. Hey, if it's your first time here, let us know where you're from. We're just kind of running through, giving people time to grab their coffee and wake up this morning. What the temp is, it's minus, it's 29 in PA and it's -3 in Wisconsin. It's, you know, I came out here and I was like, oh, I better turn the heat on. It's a little chilly. And I look, and it's like 39 here this morning in Texas. Chris, good morning. Christian Alvarez just joined. Hey, how you doing, Christian? Good morning, everybody. 29 in the Texas Panhandle. Ooh. And probably the wind's blowing too, isn't it, Chris? Yeah. Good morning, Kim. 34 in Belton, Texas. And B. Marie 0502 over here on YouTube. Thank you for joining this morning. It's 39 in Kentucky. And Luke at Cobart. In what Celsius? I don't know how to convert that. I'd have to Google that. Like, I don't know. So here, let me pull it up here. We'll use Google University and see what they say. 39 degrees. Let's see, here it is. It is in 3.888. So whatever that means, 3.88 Celsius. If that answers your question. Celsius freezing is 0. Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting here looking at a chart just pulled up. Morning, Chris. How was your weekend? Everybody had wakey. You know, Monday, and of course I sent out some videos yesterday, and then after I sent them out, I thought, well, I might have been late. So I may do this again where it's called Bring a Friend Monday. Because you know how it seems like to me, Mondays is always just kind of everybody's trying to wake up and get prepared for the weekend. For the week after the weekend, and with Christmas and all of the stuff going on, people are just busy, and don't always get 29. Wow, that's pretty chilly. That -3 in Wisconsin. That's where you definitely don't want to go outside. But anyway, so like I said, Monday's always kind of everybody's trying to wake up and gather themselves and get prepared for Monday and the work week, and it is usually, on what I see, kind of the day that we're all just not all the way awake, and sometimes engagement's down a little bit. In Wisconsin can confirm it's cold. Chad over here on YouTube. Thanks, Chad. That's what they said, -3 in Wisconsin. That's just cold. That's real cold. Anyway, so of course, like when I started the live this morning, this is a typical Monday. Usually I don't have any problems with TikTok Studio going live, but it was doing the same thing it did the last time I had to restart the computer. So luckily only one person had joined, and it restarted pretty quick, and it seems to have resolved the issue because it was playing the old disconnect from the internet game. I tell you, we got a good group over here from YouTube this morning. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. I posted a lot of videos over the weekend, product videos, Christmas videos, and normally I don't do, question of the day on the weekends, but because it's, I'm on the countdown for Christmas, and I started at 24 days till Christmas, and I think today's going to be, let me look at my notes here. Today's going to be 17. So, but I'll do those later. I'll do those videos later today. So it's been fun doing that countdown, though. It's like I said, I had a lot of products I had to shoot videos for. So it was a busy weekend. XZ, thank you for joining this morning. There's Ed, bright and early. Ed, what's the temp there this morning? They said it was -3 in Wisconsin. So far, Texas is, where I'm at's the warmest. I guess I'm the furthest south in the United States, since it's only like 39 here. Chris says it's 29 in the Panhandle, 34 in Belton, 29 in PA, but that -3 in Wisconsin, boy, that'll get you attention now. Can confirm it. Chad said it's cold. So I was. Anyway, so back to I created those videos and sent them out. I wanted to send them out sooner about Bring a Friend Monday, but I think maybe I need to plan ahead, and we'll do that again, or maybe we'll do it later in the week. Maybe we won't make it on a Monday. BB just joined on TikTok. Well, he drove by and didn't roll down the window. So did everybody have a good weekend? I mean, are you busy? Let me know. What do you do to prep getting ready for Christmas? You got your Christmas lights up yet? Your Christmas tree? Are you doing your shopping? Anybody? Anybody? Oliver, good morning. Roll the window so I can smell the air from another. And Morning God is on. Good morning. Whew. Your videos look cold. Yes, Ed's been doing. You know, he braves the weather. I can tell you that. He's on a quest and he's getting close to the end. He takes a walk every day and takes a picture. It's called Take a Walk, Take a Picture. He posted on YouTube and TikTok, but he's been going when he's done, he will have done it for 365 days straight. Is there anybody on right now that's done anything other than wake up 365 days? I think that's a pretty big commitment. So, and we'll talk about those when it comes ready, when everybody's ready to set their New Year's resolution of what we're going to do for the next year. So let me know, have you been, where are you at with your Christmas shopping? Have some of you done some, none, most of it, you're finished? Because we'll see, what's the date today? I actually put my watch on. It's December the 8th. You know, and that's the other thing yesterday, and I'm sure you all know, yesterday was December the 7th, which was Pearl Harbor Day. So I always say a prayer for those lost souls there. A lot of brave men and women died that day. You know, and I have a real respect for, of course, you know, maybe World War I wasn't, you know, you don't hear as much about it as you do World War II, but just think about all of the people that were alive and adults and young adults, old adults during World War II from 41 to what, 45, 46. And what they had to endure because we were in a world war and we were being attacked by 3 different countries. So I'm hoping that never happens again. Did you hear some guy had to rescue? No, I didn't hear that. Somebody in Wisconsin had to be rescued out of a lake because they thought the ice was thicker than it was, I guess, and fell through. I tell you what, I would think that'd be a quick way to be injure. Oh my God. Come on. Waiting for my wife to give me her list. You know, so guys, I run into that same problem. I have asked my wife like 5 times, hey, you know, what would you like for Christmas? And I always get you know, in the end, it's like, well, you should just know. And if you've been married as long as I have, you know, you never know. And when you think you know, you're wrong. Good morning, Casey. How's it going? Yeah, so don't ever think you're right because you're not. Morning, Casey. Hey, Casey, where are you at this morning? Casey is our over-the-road truck driver, and he travels the U.S., and so he's always in a different spot. Wherever he's at, it's very cold. I'm guessing he's up around Illinois or so. For sure. So, you know, one of the things I always tell everybody, if you're new here, make sure you're liking the video. Sorry, guys. Looks like TikTok's having some issues with their servers. So if it blinks out, just bear with me because it's popping in and out. Looks like they're having some server issues again. We only had that one day last week, and we hadn't really had any issues with that till just recently. I'm not sure why it's all of a sudden wanted to do that. Thank you for the likes over here. There we go. Yeah, it kind of froze up there for a minute. I don't know why it's acting good. Steve, good morning, Wisconsin. Minnesota, not Wisconsin. Okay. Well, yeah. So were they able to rescue the guy out of the lake? Though the ice was thick enough. Yeah. I don't know. That's just pay your Wi-Fi. You know, I have AT&T Wi-Fi and I have fiber. And so this is not an internet issue. This is a TikTok server issue when it does that. Not, unfortunately, I can't control their servers not working like they're supposed to. I did do a quick reboot this morning to make sure that wasn't the issue. So if you're new to this live over here on YouTube, put something in the comments because it looks like we have some new faces, and I appreciate y'all joining because I'm trying to build that audience on YouTube, because somebody told me that people on YouTube don't join lives, but I just don't believe them. Wow. Casey, are you stuck? Casey over here on TikTok, are you stuck in a snowstorm or the weather's bad? Casey says he's been stuck at a truck stop for 67 and a half hours. I'm guessing due to bad weather. Because you see stuff on the news all the time about, truckers, especially when you get in the winter months and the roads, and they're traveling up in the Northeast and along the East Coast and where just any place where there's snow and ice a lot. And anyway, Jax, good morning. Thank you for joining. But it's kind of crazy. I mean, I see those truckers out there on those icy roads with snow everywhere, and I'm like, Lord have mercy, that's got to be really dangerous driving. And the bad thing is here in Texas, it might be like that for a day or two, and then the roads clear pretty quick. But up north where, you have inches and inches of snow, and it snows every day for 3 or 4 days. At Casey Lizards. Okay. Mowing God. What was I going to ask you? I saw something that make me want to ask you something. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so we'll do, so I guess I should ask, what do y'all think about bring a friend? And I said Monday today, but then after I thought about it, I thought, well, that was kind of poor planning on my part. However, if you did bring a friend, put something down in the comments and let me know. So maybe we'll do a bring a friend Friday or something to that effect, because that way we have plenty of time to notify any or see if any of your friends want to get up this time of the morning and join us for coffee. Nope. Oh man, forgetfulness is an old age sign. My God, are you saying I'm old? So I was going to tell you, I saw, I was on TikTok, and dang it, I was on TikTok yesterday, and what was the guy's name? Dale something. And you could tell it was his first Well, I may have lost all my peeps over here on TikTok because looks like the servers bit the bullet and trying to reconnect. Who gets up as early as I do? Well, you'd be surprised. I didn't at first. I thought, there we go, finally. Sorry, guys. Yep. Do my dogs count? Yeah, they do. Nope. Anyway, so I thought we'll do you tell me, what do y'all think about Bring a Friend Friday, or, pick a day? Turn your regular connection off. Yeah. I keep getting a little pop-up that it's a TikTok server issue. Thank you for liking the lives. I appreciate that. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, I don't know what, I'm guessing that, maybe a lot of people are doing lives, but, I first thought that there wasn't very many people doing lives this time of morning, but you'd be surprised how many people actually are doing lives. And a lot of them started before I, start at 5:45. RJ joined on TikTok. Hey, RJ. And so, when I think our shows or our get together is early, it is early. But there are other people that start like at 5 a.m. I mean, I stumbled across one just over the weekend, and he was saying that he does his live 7 days a week and starts at 5 a.m. Central Time. So I was like, wow, he gets up and cooks breakfast. But I'm not cooking breakfast. Mainly because most of the time I don't eat breakfast. Yeah, I hear you, Ed. Yeah. Well, I thank everybody that shares a live, and I mean, I think that's a lot too. I challenged all my followers over on Instagram to see if any of them would join us over here, either on TikTok or YouTube, but I hadn't seen any of them jump on. I have people at work all the time that'll say, I saw your video, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to join your live. I said, great. We start at 5:45 and then you never see them again. Why do you start so early? I said, well, what time do we have to be at work? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So, again, Mall Guy, did you get any of your Christmas shopping done? Yeah, it's funny too. I found a website. Where was that? Sound effects. Okay. I thought it was pretty cool. It looked like it was free. Let's see if it'll. Anyway, it's got like all these buttons for these different sounds, but doesn't seem to work very well. Usually anytime you got something like that that's free, it's sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Hard to say. Anybody got anything exciting planned this week other than just trying to get through the work week? Looks like my work has finally conceded that their plan to finish a project out of Florida wasn't working. And so last Friday, we had an emergency meeting to figure out how to finish the project by December the 15th. And anyway, they finally relented and let me take over so I could get it finished. So this week I'm going to be really busy because I'm going to finish the project this week before the 15th. I tell you, guys, TikTok's just being ugly today. I'm gonna shut down. Hey guys, I'm gonna close. I'll be right back. So, yep. If you're on TikTok, you just got kicked to the curb. Let's do a restart on that. Anyway, this is how Mondays go sometimes. You know, sometimes it's like you need a third device for just for issues just like this. Okay. Online. Looks like we are back in business, which is good. Sorry guys. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Mondays are kind of everybody just waking up and getting prepared for the week. Looks like we're going to have a really busy week. And of course, right off the bat this morning at 4:45, I get 2 texts. I've got one of my guys sick with COVID. I guess COVID is going to be around for a long time. It doesn't seem to, I mean, it's better, I'm sure, but I've heard that there's a new version of that out now. I don't know. But TikTok is really irritating me. Anyway, so yeah. Hoping to have Bible study on Thursday in a heated garage. Okay, good. Great. Well, that's if it's not like 3 below zero, I guess. I mean, that's pretty tough since it doesn't look like, Ed, your garage is insulated on the inside. And I could see where that would be really cold because I know, you know, my garage is also, I mean, it's insulated everywhere except for the garage door, but it does get cold in here when it's when we have consistently cold weather. MMP Services, Pat, how you doing? So yeah. Oh, you're going to change locations? Okay. Your picture went away. Yeah, it's TikTok's definitely having some issues this morning. But trust me, it's not the internet, because I've got plenty of things on the internet, and somebody would be hollering my name if it was an internet issue. So, you know, I did get out and, you know, normally I try to do most of my Christmas shopping online, and, you know, we're running out of days, especially even if you're having stuff shipped. So if you haven't done your Christmas shopping, you might want to get started as quick as you can. God, it drives me nuts. For sure. So this week I went out with, I went on a little shopping excursion, Christmas shopping stuff for our niece and nephews, our little ones. And I want to tell you, people are just downright rude. You know, they're fighting over parking spaces, and I'm like trying to, so whether it's Christmas or not, when I go anywhere, I always park away from the store and walk back. One, because it's good exercise, And two is because I don't want to try to cram my truck where a Mini Cooper car should park, and fight those crazies about where to park. Anyway, so I always park it way out. But at Christmas time, every parking place is full, and people are stressed, and they're trying to get the Christmas shopping done, and so people get stressed sometimes, and I always tell them, like, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. But December for a lot of people is a stressful month, I think, and I think because of the holidays. You have Thanksgiving first, and then right back to back, you have another major holiday at Christmas, and a lot of people between work and Christmas and big funeral on Thursday, Ed. Is that this coming Thursday, Ed, or was Pat last Thursday? Okay, good deal. Mm-mm-mm. Well, just that there, like I said, there just seems to be a lot of people that they get stressed during the holidays, and there's a lot going on, and I like the time of year, but I definitely get and understand why people are stressed. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's just things in general, end of the year work. Work-life balance sometimes gets crazy in the month of December. Really starting about November for Turkey Day, and then leading on into December, and then you have New Year's, even though New Year's is just a day, and then we all go back to work and start the year over, or start a new year. So that's the one thing I see. When is that? That's going to be, so on January. See, I don't have a calendar right here in front of me, but I'll need to look at it. So we'll have one day where everybody gets to tell us their New Year's resolution. That'll be fun. Mm. But yeah, Chris, I think the TikTok server stuff is really kind of killed our live on there. For some part, it just I've closed and restarted and all that other fun stuff, and it's just being a pain. Don't know why it wants to act up this morning. I'm always glad that we had several people. The YouTube community popped in pretty quick this morning, and saw some familiar faces and saw some new faces. So I'm always glad to hear that, and that's always fun. Like I said, I was doing a lot of product videos this weekend because it seems like TikTok is like they come in waves. You get like 7 things all at one time. And then, of course, everybody wants their product video done first. And so anyway, yeah, I had a lot of those to try to get done. What else did I do? I don't know. It was a busy weekend, though. I did so much. Well, Saturday was kind of, shopping, and that kind of took the most of that Saturday up. But then yesterday, got to get up, go to church first, and then when you get back, I did a few videos before we went to church, and then we went to church, then we came back, and everybody wanted to go get some lunch. And so, yeah, it was kind of crazy. Of course, once I retire, I'm, retiring into this. So I say I'm going to have plenty of time. I don't know. My dad always told me that he was busier in retirement, and he would always say, I don't know how I got all this stuff done before while I was working. And so, yeah. Oh, sure. Guys, so it's like I told you, I got a lot to do this week at work. See if I can finish up this project. I'm not sure why it's, a lot of the guys are like, it's not really important because, they've let us all go at the end of the year. But for me, it's about my character, and I don't like leaving stuff undone. And so we're going to bust a hump this week and get this project done. And so, by the end of the week, we'll have that all taken care of. And, whether they really appreciate it or not, I don't know. But I'm not doing it for the company as much as I'm just doing it for me, since I started the project helping somebody else, and their team pretty much is just kind of shut down. And I mean, I understand people. I understand that people don't, when you've been let go, they just kind of disconnect and they just stop doing what they were doing. But, you have to remind yourself, as long as you're getting a paycheck, whether it's for the next 3 days or the next 3 weeks or 3 months, even if you're going to be let go at the end of the time, you still need to do the job you're getting paid for. And I get that it can be difficult to work under those conditions, but, what I always say is let's hire people with character, not characters. And so I always feel like I have some character, and I'm gonna do the job all the way up to the very end. And I think that goes back from even when I was younger. I worked for Coca-Cola bottling company here in Austin, and I was just miserable. Their management was terrible. They treated their employees really bad. I had to file a labor lawsuit against them. And, that's normally not me, but it benefited a lot of people, but it ended my career with Coca-Cola. And, but it was the right thing to do. And even then, when I gave my notice there, and I gave a month-long notice, I still came to work, and I still did my job every day till the very last day that I turned in all my stuff and left the company. And I'm going to do the same thing where I'm at now. So anyway, it's 6:31. We're having issues over here on TikTok, and like I said, I've got an active, busy week to go. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and just stop the live at this point. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on Monday. Stay warm. Get some rest if you need rest. Keep working on your Christmas shopping. I will send out our, let me see what day we're on. We are on day 17 days till Christmas. So if you haven't started your Christmas shopping, you might want to get to it. Each day is the countdown day, so anyway. Yeah. So everybody, let's regroup tomorrow. Everybody have a great Monday. and I'll see you then. Go do something kind today. Thanks for joining me this morning.